Good evening, guys. In the last session, we discussed about properties class. Properties is a predefined class in java.util package. This class is extending the properties from hash table class. It is used to avoid hard coding in the project. Hard coding means fixing the value in the program. For example, if you use database properties directly in the Java program, so the project will become tightly coupled with the properties. Tomorrow, if we change the database properties, then we need to change our Java program also. To avoid that problem, we are using a properties file. Whatever the properties we want to use in our application, we will keep in the properties file. And our Java program is going to load the properties file using properties class. Properties is also a map. It will store the data in the form of key and value. File input stream FIS is equal to new file input stream. For that, we are giving the file name and we are creating the object for a properties class and we are calling p.load method. This load method will load the properties in the form of key and value will store into the properties class. Once the properties are loaded, which property value you want to get, for that we are going to call p.getProperty of key. It is going to give the value of that key. Like this, we can use properties class to load the data from the properties file. Right. So today we are going to understand collections sorting. This is very important and famous interview question also. Collections sorting. How to perform sorting on the collection. Collection is nothing but a container which is used to store group of object. Collection. Collection is a container which is used to store group of objects. Collection is a container which is used to store group of object. And one more important point here, collection interface is also available. Collection interface is available in java.util package. List, set, and queue interfaces are extending properties from collection interface. Extending properties from collection interface. Collection is a container which is used to store group of objects. Collection interface is available in java.util package. List, set, queue interfaces are extending the properties from collection interface. So now for example, assume that I'm going to store some objects in the collection. Collection supports both homogeneous data and heterogeneous data. So assume that I'm taking one collection like this. Inside this collection, I can store any number of objects because collections are growable in nature. I'm storing objects like this: object 1, object 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, like that. N number of objects I'm going to store in the collection. What is a collection? Collection is a container. Collection is a container which is used to store group of objects. Or we can say collection is an entity which is used to store group of objects. Now, we already discussed how to work with the list, how to work with the set, how to work with the queue, and we also discussed about map concept. If you want to store direct objects, then you can go for list, set, queue. If you want to store the object in the form of key value, then go for map concept. Now, how to perform collections sorting? Let me take one simple Java class. Let me take one simple Java class and let me store some objects into that Java class. Let's go to demo class. Now here I'm taking some objects. Let us take array list class. Let us take array list class. So I'm taking array list. I'm storing some integers in the array list. Array list AL is equal to new array list. Now I'm storing numbers. I'm going to store user defined objects also. AL dot add of 5, one object I'm storing. AL dot add of 3, one object I'm storing. AL dot add of 4, one object I'm storing. al.add of 1 and al.add of 2. I'm inserting some objects into this collection. Array list is a collection which will maintain growable array as a data structure. It is used to store group of objects. Now system.out.println, let me print this array list. When I am printing this array list object, see how the data will be printed. How my data is printed? My data is printing as per insertion order. My data is printing in the sorted order. Guys, my data is printing in the insertion order. My data is printing in the sorted order. Come on. My data is printing in the insertion order, or my data is printing in the sorted order. It is printing in the insertion order. But my requirement is I want to sort the data. Whatever the numbers I am adding in the array list class, I want to sort these numbers as per ascending order, natural sorting order, that is ascending order. So when I execute this, the data is printing in the insertion order, but I want to perform sorting. I want to perform sorting. In order to do these kind of common operations, guys, tell me, sorting the data is only my project requirement or it is a universal requirement? Every project will perform sorting of the data, or sorting is a special requirement that we are only implementing in the project? Sorting is only our project specific requirement, or sorting is universal requirement? Every project will deal with data, every project will perform sorting. Sorting is universal requirement. Sorting the data is a universal requirement. That's why what the Java people has done is they provided ready-made methods to perform the sorting. Initially we discussed why we are going for collections. Ready-made method support is available in the collection, which is not available in the arrays. Okay, let us go for that ready-made method. What is the ready-made method? Collections. Collection interface is available. Collections class is available. Collections dot sort. Collections dot sort of AL. Now see here, I'm printing the array list before calling the sort method, and I'm printing the array list after calling the sort method. This is before the sorting. This is after the sorting. Now let us see. First time when I print in the line number 18, the data is printed as it is. But when I print the data in the line number 22, by default, the data is sorted or not? By default, the data is sorted or not? Come on, guys. By default, the data is sorted or not? By default, the data is sorted or not? By default, the data is sorted. Am I writing my own logic to sort it, or collections framework is doing the sorting? I'm calling the sort method. In which class that sort method is available? In which class that sort method is available? Collections class. Collection and collections both are different. Collection and collections both are different. Collections is a predefined class available in java.lang package. Java.lang package. Collections class provided several static methods to perform operations on data. Collections class provided several static methods to perform operations on the data. For example, here I'm going to call collections.sort of my list, array list. Okay. Now here collection is nothing but a container which is used to store group of objects. Collection, we have a predefined interface. We have collection interface available in java.util package. Collection concept is available. Collection is a container which is used to store group of objects. Collection interface is available in java.util package. List set queue interfaces are extending from collection interface. We have collection class also in the collections framework. In collections framework, we have collections class. In collections framework, we have collections class. Collections is a predefined class available in the Lang package. Collections class provided several static methods to perform operations on the data. One of the method is collections.sort. So similarly, there are several methods available on the in the collections class: binary search, checkered list, checkered map, add all, LIFO queue, binary queue, copy one collection to another collection, empty enumeration, empty iterator, empty list iterator, empty set, fill the collection, frequency of the collection, list the collection, minimum element, maximum element, copies, new set, reverse the collection. Here if you see, I'm having reverse collections.reverse. There is a method collections.reverse. Now see here, first here I'm going to print this before sort. I'm printing this. I'm printing the collection. Here I'm printing the collection after sort. Here I'm printing the collection after reverse. So sort method is available and reverse method is also available. Run this program. Yes, now see, first before sorting 543 53412, how I have inserted the data in the same order the data is available. After sorting, it is coming as 1 2 3 4 5. When the collection is sorted, I have reversed it. It is printing the data in the reverse order. I'm in the arrays, we have seen how to reverse the array. We have written lot of logic to reverse the array. When it comes to the collections, do you need to write our own logic? Already ready-made methods are available. Do we need to write our own logic or ready-made methods are available? Ready-made methods are available. So here in the line number 18, my original collection is printing. In the line number 22, my sorted collection is printed. In the line number 26, sorted collection reversed order is printing. Okay guys, so here I'm doing the sort method. It is modifying the existing collection. It is doing the sorting. Now here it is doing the reverse of the sorted collection. Here collection is sorted, then that collection whatever is sorted, that collection is reversed here. So which class is providing all these methods? Collections class is providing these methods. Collections class providing these ready-made methods. Collections.sort, collections.reverse, like that ready-made methods are available. Here we need to understand one small concept. What is the difference between collections and collections framework? What is the difference between collections and collections framework? Come on. What is the difference between collections framework? Can you guys tell me? First definition. Collection is a container to store group of objects. Okay, we have an interface. We have an interface with a name collection. Okay, we have a collections. We have an interface with a name collection. It is available in java.util package. Collections is a class available in java.util package having ready-made methods to perform operations. Providing ready-made methods to perform operations. Now collection interface and collections class are part of collections framework. Along with the collection and collections, there are several other classes and interfaces also available. All of them are called as collections framework. Are you clear? Collection interface and collections class are part of collections framework. Along with these two classes, along with these two classes, there are several other classes and interfaces in collections framework. Got it? What is the difference between collections and collections framework? Collection is a container to store group of objects. If you want to store more than one object, then go for collections instead of arrays. If you go for arrays, you need to perform everything on your own. If you want to sort the data, if you want to reverse the data, if you want to do some manipulation on the data, everything you need to write the logic. For everything you need to write the logic. But when you go for a collections framework, ready-made methods are available. So collection is a container to store group of objects, and there is an interface also with a name called collection. So it is root interface in the collections framework. It is root interface in collections framework. It is root interface in the collections framework. Collections class also available in the util package. It is providing some ready-made methods to perform operations on objects. Operations on the objects. Then what is a collections framework? Collections framework contains set of classes and interfaces. Collection interface, collections class also part of collections framework. Are you guys clear with my point? Are you guys clear with my point? All right. Okay guys, now so with this we are able to understand a small demo on how to sort the data. Here sort the collection, here reverse the sorted collection, First it is going to do the sorting, then it is going to do the reverse. What class method I'm using? Collections class I'm using. What is this collections class? Collections class is available in java.util package. It is available from 1.2 version. Okay guys, so this class is having several methods. This class is having several methods to perform all these operations. Okay guys, perfect. Now let me give this class Java program on collections class. Java program on collections class. Perfect. Yes, with this we are able to understand what is collections. It is a class available in the util package. It is part of collections framework. It is providing some ready-made methods to store the data, to sort the data, to reverse the data. You can perform some operations on the data by using collections class. Okay, so with this, are you guys able to understand how to sort the objects? With this, are you guys able to understand how to sort the objects? How we are sorting the objects? How we are sorting the objects? By using which method we are sorting the objects? By using collections.sort method, we are sorting the objects. Perfect, good. Now here I have taken just numbers to do the sorting. Now I want to perform sorting on student objects. I want to perform sorting on employee objects. User defined objects I want to sort. User defined objects I want to sort. How to do that sorting on the user defined objects? Before going to do that, let's observe this. Collections sorting. Collection is a container which is used to store group of objects. Collection interface is available in java.lang package. List set queue interfaces are extending the properties from collection interface. Okay, in collections framework we have a class. Called collections class. Collection interface is available. Collection class is also available. Collections is a predefined class available in java.lang package. Collections class provided several static methods to perform operations on the data like below. Collections.sort available, collections.reverse available. In the interview, they may ask a question, what is the difference between collections and collections framework? Very simple. Okay, Collection nothing but one container which is used to store the objects. There is a class called collection. Sorry, there is an interface called collection. There is a class called collections. Collection and collections both are part of collections framework. Collection is a container to store group of objects. We have an interface with the name collection. It is root interface in the collections framework. Collections is a class available in java.util package. So this class is providing ready-made methods to perform operations on our objects. Collection interface and collections class are part of collections framework. Along with these two classes, there are several other classes and interfaces in the collections framework. Can you please read this? Can you please read this? Can you please read this? Understood, guys? Okay, now we are able to write one simple Java program where we are using numbers and we are doing sorting. Okay, now my requirement is to store some user defined objects. My requirement is to store some user defined objects and I want to sort them. Let us see what are the options that we have to sort the user defined objects. I'm taking student ID and student name, and I'm taking student some rank also, some integer rank also I'm taking, ID name int rank. Okay, this dot rank is equal to rank. I want to write the toString method. Right click, source, generate the toString method. IDE will generate the toString method. Guys, is there any confusion in this class? I'm taking a class called student. This class is having three variables. These are instance variables. I want to initialize these three variables by using a constructor. For that, I have taken a public constructor here, and I'm overriding toString method. Is there any confusion on this class? Guys, is there any confusion on this class? No. It's just a normal Java class, which is having three variables and which is having one constructor with parameters, and I'm overriding toString method. Why we are using constructor, parameterized constructor, and why we are using toString method? Can you guys tell me? Why we are using parameterized constructor and why we are using toString method? Can you tell me purpose of them? Can you tell me the purpose of them? Why we need parameterized constructor? Come on, guys. Why I am using parameterized constructor? Parameterized constructor is used to initialize instance variables of the class. It is used to initialize the instance variables of the class. Okay, then what is the purpose of toString method? What is the purpose of toString method? What is the purpose of toString method? Come on. What is the purpose of toString method? The toString method to print a object data. Okay, perfect. Now let's go to demo class. Let me create array list of student. I'm adding student objects to my collection and I want to do sorting is working or not. Okay, guys. I'm taking array list class al.add of new student, student ID 101, student name I'm taking, student rank I'm taking. Okay, so I'm adding one student object. Can I say it is used to create the object with this data? Yes, I'm creating one object and I'm adding that object to my array list. Second object, third object, fourth object. So total, I'm taking three objects. Here student ID, I'm taking as 104 and name is some Anil. Rank is 4. Okay, rank is 4. Now here rank is 2. Here rank is 1. Here 3. Okay, now here I'm giving the ID as 102. Here I'm giving as 103. Okay, John Anil Smith, and he is robot. So here I have a collection with this data. Now can we print this collection data normally by using a for each loop or by using a cursor? Can we print this collection data? Yes, we can print this collection data. For each loop I'm using student S of AL. Student S of AL. So this is AL. AL is a array list. In this array list I'm adding 4 student objects. Now guys, the objects which I have added, they are in the sorted order or they are not in the sorted? Can I say these objects are unsorted? Whatever the objects I have added to the collection, those objects are sorted objects or unsorted objects? Those are sorted objects or those are unsorted objects? Come on. Yes, let me run this program. Let me run my program, that is demo class. Okay, now here array list class I have created. In that array list class I have added 4 student objects with the student data. Then I am printing that collection. When I am printing that collection, can you tell me how my objects are printed? My objects are printed as per insertion order. My objects are printed in sorted order. In which order they are printed? Insertion order or sorted order? My objects are printed in the insertion order or my objects are printed in the insertion order? Insertion order. Why they are maintaining in the insertion order? Who is maintaining that insertion order? Who is maintaining that insertion order? That insertion order maintained by array list. That insertion order maintained by array list. Okay, it is maintained by array list. Now before printing this object, can I do sort? Earlier I want to sort the numbers. I have done that sorting. How I have sorted the numbers in the last program? How I have sorted the numbers in the last program? By using which method, guys? Sort method. Sort method is a static method which is available in collections class. Okay, can I do that now also? Collections dot sort of AL. What I am doing now? Collections dot sort of AL. Collections dot sort of AL. Is it accepting that? Collections dot sort of AL. Is it accepting that? Is it accepting that? It is not accepting that. Let me specify the type as a student. Now still, is it accepting that sort object? Is that sort method is accepting my array list class? Is that sort method accepting my array list class? No. The method sort list of t in the type collections is not applicable for the arguments of array list of student. Here, let me take as a list. Now, list of student is equal to new array list collections dot sort. Is it accepting that? Let us go to this sort method. What it is expecting? What it is expecting? T extends a comparable of colon super T void sort. So what is the meaning of that? What is the meaning of that? Sort the specified list into ascending order according to comparable natural sorting order of its element. All elements in the list must implement a comparable interface. Can you guys see this? Whenever we go for number, when we add the number and when we do the sorting of the number by using sort method, it is sorted as expected without giving any problem. The reason is whatever the 5 we added, it is considering as a integer class already implementing comparable interface. If you want to do the sorting of the user defined object, your user defined object also should implement a comparable interface, then only you can do the sorting, otherwise you cannot do the sorting. That is the meaning of this point. All elements in the list must implement the comparable interface. Comparable interface. Are you guys able to follow me? Are you guys able to follow me? What it is telling? If you want to sort your objects, by using collections.sort method, you need to implement a comparable. If you want to sort the user in the above program, we have added integer values in the collection. Integer is a wrapper class. And it is implementing comparable interface already. If we want to apply sorting on user defined objects like student, employee, product, customer, etc., then we have two approaches. One is by using comparable and the second one is by using comparator. Comparable is an interface available in java.lang package. Comparator interface is available in java.util package. So in the earlier program, we have added just numbers. Those numbers are representing integers. Auto boxing, auto unboxing concept is available. When I add the number, it is represented as an integer. Integer is a wrapper class which is already implementing comparable interface. That's why the numbers are sorted by default. But now in our program, I'm trying to add student objects to the collection. So okay, adding the student object is fine, but sort method we are not able to call. Whenever we are calling the sort method by passing a collection, it is telling that all the objects added in the collection should implement one interface called comparable interface. What is this comparable interface? It is available in java.lang package. Okay, there are two interfaces available if you want to sort user defined objects. If you want to apply sorting on user defined objects like student object, employee object, product object, customer object, then we have two approaches. One is by using comparable, another one is by using comparator. First, let me go with the comparable. Student class is available. Student class implements comparable. Student class implements comparable by taking integer. Whenever we implement this interface, we need to override a method called compare2 method. Okay, so here I'm going to write the logic. Return this dot id minus o. Whatever the id we are getting as a parameter to compare2 method, that id I'm subtracting with the current class id. Okay, I will explain what is this compare2 method. So here public class student implements a comparable. Now I can pass this object. Now student class is available. Student class object I am passing to the collection. The student class is implementing comparable interface. Student class is implementing comparable interface. When the student class is implementing the comparable interface, we need to override compare-to method. We need to override compare-to method. I'm overriding that compare-to method. Collections.sort. Collections.sort of al comma al comma sort of al comma comparator and comparable. So sort method I'm using directly. I can pass the object as a parameter and I can pass sort of comparator. If you create your custom sorting, that custom sorted objects also you can pass. Custom sorted objects also you can pass. Now collections.sort. Collections.sort. Now here student class is already having that method. Now let's run this program. Whenever I have added this 101, 104, 102, 103, they have added in the insertion order only. Now let's go for collections.sort. Collections.sort. I'm trying to sort the collection by passing AL. By passing AL. What is this AL? AL is a array list. Sort of list of T in the type of the collection not applicable for the arguments list of T. Okay, change the argument, cast argument AL to list of T. List of T is a student. List of T is a student. It is giving a compile time error. Let us check. Is there anything which I am missing? Collections.sort of AL. In the AL, I have added the student. Student is already implementing the comparable interface. Okay, it is implementing the comparable interface. Comparable interface of student. So here I'm going to get the student object, student.id. Yes, perfect. Now I'm trying to implement the comparable interface. For that generic type I am passing as a student object. Compare-to method is taking the student object. That student object ID I'm comparing with the current class ID. Then I'm able to call collections.sort of AL. Now let's try to run our program. Now guys, can you see my objects are sorted or my objects are not sorted? If I call this without this sort, without calling the collections.sort, if I run my program, how my student objects are stored? If I run the program without calling the collections.sort, how it is running? How it is running? How it is running? Can you guys tell me? Can you guys tell me how it is running? Guys, it is maintaining just insertion order. Now I am going for collections.sort of AL. Okay, run this. When I run this program, now objects are sorted or not? Objects are sorted based on the ID or not? Objects are sorted based on the ID. Sir, now how these objects are sorted? Whatever the object I'm adding to the collection, that object is already implementing comparable interface. That object is already implementing comparable interface. Comparable is a interface which is available in java.lang package. What is a comparable? Comparable is a predefined interface available in java.lang package. Comparable interface is having compare to method. Comparable interface is having compare to method. So if you want to sort any object, then you can implement this comparable interface. Then you are going to override the compare to method. That object will be compared with itself. Whenever you go for compare to method, I'm taking one object as a parameter. Return this.id minus s.id. Current class object ID I'm comparing with the object which is passed here, that ID. So if this.id minus this.id, so if I current class object with a given object, it is going to subtract and it is going to return the value, either positive number or negative number or 0, it is going to return. If it is written the positive number, it will do the ascending order. If it written the negative number, descending order. If it is equal, both are same. So like this here, we are going to implement comparable interface. Every object will be compared with itself. Every object will be compared with itself when you go for comparable interface. If you want to sort the numbers, numbers are nothing but they are integer values. Integer is a wrapper class. That integer wrapper class already implementing comparable. But if you want to sort user defined objects, then we have two options. What are the two options? One is a comparable, second one is a comparator. Comparable is a predefined interface available in java.lang package. Comparable interface having comparative method. Comparative method is used to compare the object with itself. Comparative method is used to compare an object with itself. Compare an object with itself. Okay guys, comparative method is used to compare an object with itself, and it returns into value. It returns into value. How it is going to return that? If obj1 greater than obj2, then it will return positive number. It will return positive number. Okay, if obj1 is less than obj2, return negative number. Okay, if obj1 is equals to obj2, then it will return 0. It will return 0. Like this a comparable interface is having a comparative method. When this is comparing the objects, if obj1 is greater than obj2, it returns positive number, natural sorting order. If obj1 is less than obj2, it will return negative number. If obj1 is equal to obj2, it is going to return 0. 0 means two objects are same. Negative means first object is less than second object. Positive means first object is greater than second object. So based on this, objects will be sorted in the natural sorting order. Based on this, objects will be sorted in the natural sorting order. Here, when you go for comparable interface, which class objects you want to sort, that class should implement this comparable interface, and you need to override the comparative method. But there is a problem with the comparable. So when you go for comparable, you can do the sorting only based on one value. Either you can do the sorting by using ID, you can do the sorting by using name, you can do the sorting by using rank, either any one value. Either by using only one value, you can do the sorting. Currently, how I am doing the sorting? How my objects are sorted? In which order my objects are sorted currently? Based on the ID, my objects are sorted. For example, I want to sort my objects on the name basis. Can we do the sorting based on the name? Yes. I want to sort this by using name. Name is a string. Return this dot name dot compare to yes dot name. String is a predefined class which is already implementing the comparable. So comparative method I am calling. Now I'm writing this dot id minus s dot id. This dot id represents current object data. S dot id represents given object data. Current object data and given object data. Okay guys, current object data and given object data. So this is used to compare the objects by using ID. If I want to compare the objects by using name is a string. In the string class already we are having comparative method. All right, now let's go to demo class and let's run this project. Earlier 101 John is coming first, Smith coming second, Robert coming third, Anil coming fourth, because based on the ID we have sorted earlier. Now I have changed the sorted logic. I want to compare the objects by using name. I want to sort the objects by using name. Let's run our program. Now, can you see the objects are sorted based on the name? Can you see the objects are sorted based on the name? Anil is coming first because in the alphabetical order A is first. After that J John. After that R Robert. At the last Smith S. You can compare the objects by using name, or you can compare the objects by using ID. Can we compare the objects by using rank also? Rank is a number again. Return this dot rank minus S dot rank. When it is a number, I'm calling this dot rank minus S dot rank. Okay. When it is a string, I'm calling comparative method. Now I change it the logic to compare by using rank. Now run this program demo class. Now see 1, 2, 3, 4 rank wise objects are sorted. Robert coming first because Robert rank is 1 and Smith rank is 2, John rank is 3, Anil rank is 4. The records are sorted based on rank. Based on the rank. Are we able to sort the objects based on the data? Are we able to sort the objects based on the data? How I am doing the sorting? By using comparable. Comparable. Are you clear? How I am sorting my custom user defined objects? If you want to sort the numbers, if you want to sort the strings, if you want to sort the numbers, if you want to sort the strings, if you want to sort the numbers, if you want to sort the strings, then comparable we can use. Okay guys, comparable we can use. Now here already that string class and integer class implemented the comparable. But what about my student class? Student is a user defined class. I want to sort the objects which are user defined. So how many ways we can sort the user defined objects? Can you guys tell me? How many ways we can sort the user defined objects? In 2 ways we can sort user defined objects. What are the 2 ways to sort the user defined objects? What are the 2 ways to sort the user defined objects? Come on. By implementing comparable or comparator. By implementing comparable or comparator, not extending. It is interface. We have to implement. If you want to apply sorting technique on the user defined objects like a student, employee, product, customer, then we have 2 approaches. One is by using comparable. Second one is by using comparator. So what is a comparable, guys? What is a comparable? Comparable is an interface which is available in java.lang package. See this? What is a comparable? Comparable is a predefined interface available in java.lang package. Predefined interface available in the lang package. Comparable interface having comparative method. Comparative method is used to compare an object with itself and returns into value. So when it compare two objects, if object 1 is bigger than object 2, it returns a positive number. That means object 1 should come next, object 2 should come first. So bigger value should go to right side and smaller value should go to left side. So when it compare the objects, if obj and obj2, suppose for example, when I compare 10 and 2, when I compare 10 and 2, if 10 is greater than 2, where the 10 should come? 10 should come before 2, 10 should come after 2. Guys, when I compare 10 comma 2, two objects are there, number and number. When I compare 10 and 2, which one should come first? 2 should come first or 10 should come first? 2 should come first. Okay, if object 1 should come first, then it will return positive number. It will return positive number, then object 1 will come first. When I compare obj1 less than obj2, it will return a negative number. That means obj1 less than obj2. When you are going to sort in the descending order like this. Okay, so obj1 greater than obj2 returns the positive number. Obj1 less than obj2 returns the negative number. If both objects are same, then it will return the 0. Like this, it is going to return the into value in the comparative method. Comparable. Now student class is implementing comparable interface, which is used for sorting. In order to do the sorting, I'm overriding the comparative method. Student object is passed as a parameter. So it will compare. You need to write the logic. If you want to compare with the ID, then you are using this dot ID minus ID. If you want to compare with the name, then you need to use name dot comparative. Name is a string dot comparative. So if it is a rank based comparison, then I am going to use return this dot rank minus rank. This dot rank minus rank. This dot rank represents current class object. This S represents the object which is passed to comparative method. Okay guys. Now I want to sort based on the rank. So whenever I go for this comparable, by using how many values I'm doing the sorting, guys? By using this comparable, based on how many values I'm doing the sorting? One sort type. If I want to do the sorting with ID, only with ID I am sorting. Only with ID I am sorting. If I want to sort with the name, I need to comment this and I need to enable this. If I want to sort with the rank, comment this and enable this. Is it allowing me to sort with multiple parameters, or it is allowing me to sort with only one value? It is allowing me to sort with only one value. So that's why we will go for comparator. So comparable will allow us to sort the data based on one value. Comparable interface will allow us to sort the data based on only one value. Comparator will support you based on multiple values, but a comparable, what it is doing? Comparable interface will allow us to sort the data based on only one value. If you want to do the sorting based on multiple values, then we can go for comparator. Now, currently my program is having the logic to sort the data based on the ID. Now I want to sort by using name. I want to sort by using name. Without touching the student class, can I sort the data by using name? Without touching the student class, can I sort the data by using name? Currently, my student class is implementing comparable. In that comparable, I'm overriding the comparative method. In the comparative method, I'm comparing based on the ID. I don't want to compare by using ID. I want to sort the data by using name. Okay. If I want to sort the data by using name, then what I need to do? I need to change the logic of the student. Understand? Are you guys clear? Are you guys clear with my point? Currently, my student class is sorted by using ID. Currently, my student class is sorted by using ID. My student objects are sorted by using IDs. Now, I want to do the sorting by using name. Without modifying the student class, can I do that? Without modifying the student class, can I do that? No. Okay. If you want to do the modifications based on multiple values, if you want to modify the data based on, if you want to sort the data based on the multiple values, then you can go for a concept called comparator. You can go for a concept called comparator. Comparable interface will allow us to sort the data based on only one value. If we want to change our sorting technique, then we need to modify the class which is implementing. We need to modify the class which is implementing comparable interface. To overcome these problems, we will go for comparator interface. Okay guys, comparable is one interface. That interface we are implementing and we are calling overriding comparative method. But this comparative method will support with only one object comparison. Comparative method will support only one object comparison. If I want to change the comparison logic, then I need to change the code of the class which is implementing that. To overcome the problem, we will go for comparator interface. Okay, before going for comparator interface, are you guys able to understand how my objects are sorted? Are you guys able to understand how my objects are sorted? Are you guys able to understand how my objects are sorted? This is student class and this is student demo class, which is used for sorting the student objects. This is my student demo class, which is using collections.sort. How this is doing the sorting? Every object is already implementing comparable interface and we are overriding the comparative method. It is comparing by using ID. Lower IDs will come first, highest IDs will go to last. Lower IDs will come first, higher IDs will go to last. It is natural sorted order. It is natural sorted order. Natural sorted order. Got my point? Got my point, all of you? Okay. Now, guys, if I want to sort with multiple values, sometimes I want to sort with name, sometimes I want to sort with ID, sometimes I want to sort with rank. Okay, if my sorting requirement is changed, if there is a change in my sorting requirement, then I need to change the student class. So is it recommended to do that? Is it recommended to do that every time when my requirement is changed? Modifying this Java class is recommended or it is not recommended? Is it recommended or it is not recommended? Every time when my requirement is changed, modifying the student class is recommended or it is not recommended? It is not recommended. So then what is the next approach we can follow to sort the objects without modifying our student class? Is there any approach available to sort the objects without modifying the student class? Yes. What is that? Comparator. Comparator. What is this comparator? Comparable interface will allow us to sort the data based on only one value. If we want to change our sorting technique, then we need to modify the class which is implementing comparable interface. So modifying the code every time is not recommended. Modifying the code every time is not recommended. To overcome these problems, we will go for comparator interface. Comparator is a predefined interface. Comparator is a predefined interface available in java.util package. Comparator is a predefined interface available in java.util package. Comparator interface having compare method object o1 comma object obj1 comma object obj2. It is used to compare two objects with each other. Compare two method will take only one object. Compare method will take two objects. Now let me take one class, product or employee. anything else. So student object, we already done with that comparable. Now let me go for employee class. New class. Let me take a class with a name called employee, ID, name and salary. Okay. So here I'm taking integer ID, string name, double salary. Let me write a constructor with the parameters. Source, generate the constructor using fields. Okay. To initialize the data, let me override a toString method. Run as, source, generate toString. Perfect. I have taken one employee class. My employee class is having some data properties, a constructor to initialize the values, and I'm having a toString method to print the data in the, to print the object data in the string format. Now let me create one class, new class. I'm taking as emp demo class. I'm taking inside this, I'm taking a main method. Inside this, I'm creating a object for array list employee. EMPs is equal to new array list. I'm creating one array list object. Now EMPs dot add of new employee, ID some 101, name some David, salary some 15,000, a decimal value. Okay. Similar to this, let me add 4 employees. So here I'm giving as 105. Here I'm giving as 103. Here I'm giving as 104. Salary here I'm giving as 25,000, and here I'm giving as 45,000. Here I'm giving as 35,000. David, Putin, and here I'm giving as David, Putin, and Kathy. I'm giving as Kathy, and I'm giving as Annie. Okay, guys. Like this, I'm giving my employees data. Now let me print this employee data. Employee e colon employees system.out.println of e. Now when I execute this program, what happened? Guys, when I execute this program, is it printing in the insertion order or it is printing in the sorted order? Is it printing in the insertion order or it is printing in the sorted order? Is it printing in the insertion order or it is printing in the sorted order? Insertion order. It is printing in the insertion order. Now I want to sort it. Can we do the sorting now? By using comparable or by using comparator? Comparable already we have done. Student class implementing the comparable, and we are doing that by using comparative method. Now I want to do the sorting by using comparator. What is a comparator? Comparable is used to sort the object based on only one parameter, one property. If you want to sort your objects based on multiple properties, then you can go for comparator. To overcome the problems, comparator is a predefined interface available in java.util package. Okay, comparator is a predefined interface available in java.util package. Comparator interface having compare method, which is taking 2 objects as parameters, object 1 and object 2. Now I want to compare the data based on the employee ID. Without touching the employee class, I will do the comparison. Let us see. I'm going to create a class with a name called emp id comparator, emp id comparator implements comparator, implements comparator, override compare method, override compare method, o1 o2, object 1 object 2, object 1 and object 2. Let me take it as e1 e2, employee 1 and employee 2. Now I can compare by using id or I can compare by using name. Okay, return e1 dot id minus e2 dot id. That's it. It will compare by using name. e1 dot id minus e2 dot id. If e1 is a bigger value, it will give positive number. Then it will become natural sorting. If e1 is less value, then it will give you a negative number. Then it will be go to descending order. If both are equal, then it will return 0. So when I do this, what are the possible values? If e1 is bigger, it will give you a positive number. If e2 is bigger, it will give you a negative number. If both are equal, it will give 0. This is used for natural sorting order. This is used for natural sorting order. Now let us go and do that sort. How? Collections dot sort of my EMPs I want to sort. Where is my sorting technique? It is in a separate class, EMP ID comparator. Let me pass new EMP ID comparator object. That's it. So earlier, my student class was implementing comparable directly and it is overriding the comparative method. If I want to change any logic to sort, then I need to change the student class. But today, now, my employee class, does this class know about the sorting? Does my employee class know about the sorting? My sorting is separated in a class called employee ID comparator, implements the comparator of employee. I'm overriding compare method. In the compare method, I'm comparing them by using ID. If E1 object is ID is bigger, then it will return a positive number. That means E1 object will go to second position. If E2 value is bigger, it will give negative value. It will come to first position. If both objects are same, it will return 0. Now, this is the class which is acting as a comparator to compare my employee objects. Now run this program. Now can you see objects are inserted, objects are sorted based on ID? Can you see my objects are sorted based on ID? My objects are sorted based on ID. Now here my employee class is implementing a comparable, or I am using comparator object. I am using a comparator object. Instead of this ID comparator, I want to go for name comparison. Based on the employee name, I want to compare. So EMP name comparator. EMP name comparator. Okay. Implements comparator of employee. Override the method. Implements a comparator. Override the compare method. I want to sort them by using name. Okay. Now here what I will do, this employee object I will call it as a E1. This one I will call it as E2. Return E1 dot name. Return E1 dot name. Name is a string compared to E2 dot name. String is a predefined class which is already implementing the comparable. I'm calling the name E1 dot name compared to E2 dot name. This is a name comparator. In the demo, instead of this ID comparator, can I compare by using name also? Yes. Collections dot sort EMPs comma new EMP name comparator. Now it is going to compare the data by using name. Annie, Kathy, David, Putin. So can you see the records are sorted based on the name of the employee. So when I want ID with sort, when I want the sorting with ID, I can use ID comparator. When I want to sort with the name, I can use name comparator. Am I going to touch employee class? Am I going to touch employee class when my sorting requirement changed? Am I going to touch my employee class when the sorting requirement is changed? No, no. But if I go for comparable, if I go for comparable, then what is the problem? Tell me guys, if I go for comparable, then what is the problem? Every time we need to modify the logic. When you go for comparable, only one way it is supporting, and every time we need to modify the logic. Every time we need to modify the logic. Okay. But when we go for comparator, do we have a flexibility? Here I have a ID comparator. Here I have a name comparator. Whichever I want to use, I can use. Either ID comparator I can use or name comparator I can use. Depends on the requirement. Depends on the requirement. So which one is recommended? Comparable is recommended or comparator is recommended? Comparable is recommended or comparator is recommended? You need to just create a class by implementing this comparator and write the logic how you want to sort it. That comparator object you need to supply to the sort method as a second parameter. Then this sort method will use your comparator to sort the objects. As per that comparator, I am using name wise sorting. So here it will store the objects based on the names natural sorting order. Okay. Now, instead of writing this separate class, can we write anonymous implementation also? Here I'm writing a interface. I'm implementing the interface and I'm passing the implementation object. Instead of that, can we do anonymous implementation? Can we implement interface anonymously? Yes, see here. Collections dot sort of EMPs new comparator of employee. Yes. Instead of creating a separate class for this, so I'm going to use anonymous implementation, compare method, object E1 and object E2. Can I do the sorting by using salary now? Can I do the sorting by using salary or can I do the sorting by using ID? Yes, this is anonymous implementation if E1 dot ID minus E2 dot ID. That's it. So here we are doing that sorting technique. Here we are doing that sorting technique. That sorting we are performing directly anonymously like this. So 1 minute, there is an error. Collections dot sort of EMPs new comparator. Syntax is missing. Yeah, why? This is here. This is here. This is missing now. Perfect. Yes. Now, here I have taken anonymous implementation for that. Here I'm going to take employee E1 and here I'm taking employee E2. So this is E1.id minus E2.id. This is anonymous implementation. Instead of creating a separate class, so within the same class, I'm writing anonymous implementation by using comparator. Run this. Now see, objects are sorted by using ID. Similarly, can I do the sorting by using name also? In the same way, I can do this. So take this here, instead of ID, what I will do, E1 dot name dot comparative of E2 dot name. What is that comparative? To compare the strings. Right now, you see this, the records are compared by using the sorted by using name. So here, this is used to sort the records by using ID. You can create a separate class and you can pass as a parameter, or you can directly pass anonymous implementation. This is used to sort by using ID. This is used to sort by using name. After sorting is completed, I'm printing the collection by using for each loop. Either you can create a separate class like this, that class object can be passed as a second parameter for the sort method. This is custom sorting. This is my custom sorting. If I don't want to create a separate class to do the sorting, then I can write the anonymous implementation. This interface is having anonymous implementation here. So here directly it is going to do the sorting. This is used to sort by using ID. This is used to sort by using name. For example, if I want to sort in the descending order, then what I need to do? For this, how this logic is working, if E1 dot ID is greater than E2 dot ID, then I'm going to return one positive number. Else if E1 dot ID less than E2 dot ID, then I am returning -1. If both are same, then I'm going to return 0. So like this, I'm writing my own sorting technique. Okay, run this program. 101, 103, 104, 105. Okay, guys. So the records are coming in the sorted order. If I want to get them in the descending order, if E1 is bigger than E2, If E1 employee 1 object ID is bigger than employee 2 object ID, I'm returning a positive number. If employee 1 ID is less than employee 2 ID, I'm returning a negative number. If both are equal, I'm returning a positive number. Okay, then it is coming in the natural sorting order. If I want to do the descending, if E1 is bigger than E2, then return a negative number. If E1 is less than E2, then return the positive number. Then see what will happen. They are sorted in the reverse order. See here, guys. Earlier, what I have done, if E1 object is bigger than E2, I have given positive number. If I give the positive number, then it will perform natural sorting order. It will perform natural sorting order based on the ID ascending. But I want reverse. If E1 is bigger than E2, then return the negative number. If E1 is less than E2, then return the positive number. If both are equal, return the 0. Then run this program. 105 ID first, 104 first, 105, 104, 103, 101. If I change this to positive and if I change this to negative and if I run my program, then natural sorting order. This is comparator logic. That sort method will internally use our comparator. Okay, not only 1 zeros. Here you can give any positive number. Here you can give any negative number. You can give any positive number. You can give any negative number. So it is deciding the sorting based on positive number and negative number. Not only one. Positive, you can give any positive number. You can give any negative number. The sorting is happening properly. Okay, guys. Yes. So for recommending way, I'm giving plus positive 1 and I'm giving negative 1. Positive 1 and negative 1 I'm giving here. Yes. Are you clear with my point? So what it is doing internally, whenever you pass collections.sort of employees with new comparator of employee, compare employee 1 comma employee 2. So it is going to take the two objects and it is going to compare them. It is going to take the two objects. It is going to compare them. How that comparison is happening? So assume that 105, 101, there are two records available. First, it will take the 101 and second employee 105. 101 greater than 105. Is my condition satisfied? Guys, is my condition satisfied? 101 greater than 105. 101 greater than 105. Is my condition satisfied? No. My condition not satisfied. Else if 101 less than 105. 101 less than 105. Else if condition satisfied. When the condition is satisfied, what I am returning? -1. What I am returning? -1. When it return the -1, first object should be occur first, second object should be next position. So any sorting is required here? Not required. Already it is available in the same way. Lowest value available first, biggest value available second. When it return the -1, no need to do anything. When it return the -1, no need to do anything. Okay, then it is going to take this 103. 103 will be compared with the 105. Now 103 will be compared with the 105. So the condition will satisfy. 105 and 103. 105 is bigger than 103. When the 105 is bigger than 103, it will return positive number. Then swap is required. It is going to swap them internally by using this sorting technique. So it is going to take the each object will compare with the previous object and it is going to do the sorting. Suppose I want to do the sorting based on the salary. Can we do the sorting based on the salary also? Can we do the sorting based on the salary also? Instead of this, if E1 dot salary is greater than E2 dot salary, return the positive number. If E1 dot salary is less than E2 dot salary, then return -1. Okay guys. Now what happened? Records are sorted based on the salary: 15,000, 25,000, 35,000, 45,000. Am I able to sort the records based on the salary now? Am I able to sort the records based on the salary now? Yes. On which column, on which data you want to do the sorting, that you can apply in the compare method. I can do the sorting by using ID. I can do the sorting by using name. I can do the sorting by using salary also. So salary wise, I sorted in the ascending order. Can I display salary wise sorting in the descending order? What change I need to do to sort the records based on the salary descending order? Come on guys. What change I need to do to sort them? If I return -1, if E1 salary is greater than E2, return -1. If E1 salary less than E2, then return positive number, then execute it. Now see, salary wise sorted in the descending order. Salary wise they have sorted in the descending order. Understand guys? Yes. So this is our employee class. And here I am giving you ID comparator. You can use a comparator object like this, ID comparator, and you can use name comparator. Separate classes you can use, or you can directly write the logic here only. Anonymous implementation. If you want to pass the comparator object, you can use this approach, or you can use this approach, or you can use this anonymous implementation also to do the sorting. Good. So with this, we understood what is a comparable and what is a comparator, and why we need to use them and how we need to use them. Are you able to understand how to do the collections sorting? Collections sorting can be done in two ways. One is by using comparable, another one is by using comparator. Comparable and comparator. Comparable is an interface available in java.lang pack. Comparable is an interface available in java.lang package. Comparable interface available in java.lang package, which is having compare to method. Comparator is an interface available in java.util package. It is having a compare method to sort the objects. Compare method to sort the objects. All right. So when you go for comparable, you can sort the data by using only one value. If you want to change the sorting, then you need to change the class. But when you go for comparator, you can use any one of the comparator logic to sort your objects without modifying the original class. So if you go for comparator, more flexibility will be available to sort the objects. When you go for comparator, more flexibility will be available to sort the objects. In the interview, they will ask this question: what is the difference between comparable and comparator? Comparable is used to sort the data by using one property. Comparator can be used to sort the data based on multiple properties. Flexibility will be more when we go for comparator. Okay, good. Thank you guys. Please practice this before coming to tomorrow's session. What is comparable and what is comparator? Clearly, I have given the examples in the notes. Clearly, I have given the examples in the notes. What is happening when we return -1 and +1? When you return the -1 or when you return the +1, it will decide which object should come first, which object should come next. That is the meaning of that sorting with a negative number and a positive number. If E1.salary greater than E2.salary, return -1. So whichever the salary having the first, whichever the salary is bigger, then that object should come first. Whichever the object salary is less, that object should come next. This is salary wise descending order. -1 and +1. Positive number, don't read them as -1 +1, read them as positive number and negative number. Positive number and negative number. Positive number and negative number. So this positive number and negative number will decide which object should come first, which object should come next. Okay, fine. Thank you. I will upload these notes, guys. So please practice this example by using comparable and comparator. So we have seen two examples. Student class objects sorting by using comparable interface. So this is sorting technique with only one property. And the employee class objects sorting by using comparator, ID based comparator, name based comparator, and a salary based comparator. I'm doing that with anonymous implementation. Okay, either you can pass the comparator object like this if you implement them as separately, or you can directly write the logic by using anonymous implementation like this. Name comparator, ID comparator, and salary comparator. Three approaches I have given. Okay, fine guys, thank you. We'll see you in the tomorrow's class. So tomorrow we'll talk about fail fast and fail safe collections. Fail fast and fail safe collections we'll discuss in the tomorrow session. Thank you. We'll see you in tomorrow's class.